over the past year or so, since being more involved in safety, how much I've seen it roll over into like my personal life. And when you daily have to like look at what hazards you have and how you can eliminate them. Like I'll be driving down the highway some days and I'm like, you know, if a deer was gonna jump out right now, am I driving too fast to react to that? Or like taking on snow conditions. So I think that what I find the most important is not just using it at your workplace, but like actually being able to take it with you wherever you go. And that you're not just like pencil whipping it, like you're actually thinking about it, that it becomes a life habit.
I didn't have safety training. I didn't have safety mentorship. I didn't understand safety. And when I was sitting on top of an elevator early on in my career, and I leaned out to look at something, and in another elevator hoistway, the elevator passed by and it brushed my head. It went right past me. And that's how deaths occur in our trade. And I sat back on top of the car and I just thought, what am I doing? Why didn't I know about this? Why hasn't some of this stuff been taught, and why? And from that time, the industry has made massive strides, and we've been a part of those strides to this in our company, in the industry.
There was also a presentation I was involved in where a safety representative was giving some training pretty early in my career, and he told a pretty telling story of him, and this is going back 15 years. He was working up, I believe, on a masonry crew, up high in the air on a scaffold, and was working beside somebody who wasn't tied off for a number of days, and he kept thinking that it's probably not right. And then later in the story, the gentleman said with tears in his eyes, and this was 20 years after this incident had happened, that he didn't end up saying anything to this guy, and a few days later he fell to his death. And just having that story being told, it just really hit home. And like I said, 15 years later, I remember that story. I could tell you the guy's first name that told me the story. Those were the incidents that happened early in my career that really brought that connection for me.